Welcome back to the Boot Room, and today we're running through the 5 shortest managerial stints in football history. Football can be a cutthroat sport sometimes, and managers can often get the boot after results go poorly or they just don't fit the philosophical style of the club. Unai Emery got sacked at Arsenal, but before he joined, the side were defensively weak and their fans were vocal and confrontational to their previous manager, Arsene Wenger. And literally none of that changed under Unai Emery's leadership. No wonder he got sacked. At number 5, Martin Ling joined Cambridge in the Conference North for 9 days before leaving, citing irreconcilable differences with chairman George Rolls. Ling had been a respected professional playing and managing for 27 years before he arrived at Cambridge, coaching and playing for the likes of Swindon, Brighton and Leyton Orient. This is one of the more happier managers on our list, as he finally got the job he wanted shortly after the chairman resigned. Number 4. Watford are used to managerial sackings, especially this season. With Gracia and Flores being sacked, I bet Nigel Pearson's not sleeping well at night. And with about 10 managers coming in and out under the Pozzo family, that's nearly one a season, with the likes of Gracia, Sanchez, Flores losing their jobs acrimoniously. Well, Flores the first time at least. Billy McKinley was installed in 2014. McKinley replaced a guy who'd only lasted 27 days before him, Oscar Garcia. Garcia was a respected manager in the Championship, and it was down to health problems, not footballing ones, that made him relinquish the reins after 27 days. But McKinley left after even a shorter amount of time. McKinley won one game and drew another, and was still let go. The Pozzo family saw that Slavica Jokanovic was available, and they brought him in to manage Watford and get them into the Premier League, which he did. And guess what? He got sacked soon after. You couldn't make it up at Watford. Kevin Cullis joined Swansea, being the part-time youth coach at a side called Cradley Town. He used to be a highway maintenance worker as well. Nothing wrong with that, of course, but still, Swansea were looking for someone professional to manage them. In the 3rd division as well, in 1996, they were desperate to stay up. Swansea lost 1-0 to Swindon Town under Cullis, and halfway through the Blackpool result, which they were losing, Cullis attempted to give an inspirational team talk before the team stopped listening, and Christian Edwards, a stalwart of the Swansea side, took over proceedings. Cullis was a bit like Ali Dyer, a random bloke given a shot and failing miserably in professional football. He lasted 7 days. Although Crystal Palace had a crazily short appointment recently in the Premier League era under Frank de Boer, who lasted 4 games in a row, failing to score a single goal, Dave Bassett, the legendary manager in his own right, takes the shortest managerial place in Palace history. Frank de Boer lasted 77 days, Bassett lasted 77 hours, when he decided his move from Wimbledon to South London wasn't quite right. Bassett's contract with Wimbledon expired in 1984, and he was immediately installed as the favourite to make the short move across London. And once he arrived, within 3 days he said to journalists, "I preach loyalty and integrity to my players at Wimbledon, and I do not believe that this is the time for me to leave." Bassett explained to a shocked and confused set of journalists, "Having taken Wimbledon into the 2nd division, I have a big challenge here. Wimbledon have a tremendous bunch of players and they're doing so well at the moment. I really should have thought more deeply about the matter." Bassett would end up back at Palace a few years later, but this is certainly one of the weirdest moves in managerial history. Number 1 is Leroy Rosinia, who lasted 10 minutes, not even an hour, as manager of Torquay before the Southwest club sacked him. A local consortium took over the club and they wanted a different direction in Paul Buckle. Leroy Rosinia managed Torquay back in the day for 4 years and got treated like this. I bet he's still wondering what the hell happened. At his rate of getting sacked, he could have had 9 different managerial appointments during one whole football match. You couldn't even make that up. A special and honourable mention has to go to Steve Coppell, who despite being a consistent and regular player for the likes of Man United and Tranmere, he racked up over 350 appearances for Man United alone. He's considered one of the most enigmatic coaches in the world of football. He left Man City in the 90s after just 6 matches, and after Bristol City worked really hard to appoint him, after just a third of the season, he immediately left the club and retired, and then came back into coaching and has managed a load of clubs since. Some football managers just get sacked quickly, others are underqualified, but Coppell is no doubt one of the biggest bottlers in the manager game. Do you think you could make it past 10 minutes of being a professional football manager? Could you cut it at Swansea City after being a part-time professional coach? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe to TBR Football, and we'll see you soon.